Why, hello. I didn't notice you there for a moment. Lovely to see you. Now would be a good time to get comfortable, perhaps grab a snack. Our story will begin as soon as we arrive. This is Bletchk, for as long as Bletchk can remember, which is a very long time. He's lived alone in a cave on the moon. He sleeps for most of the day, and the rest he spends searching for moon rocks, which are his only source of food. If you saw Bletchk wandering the face of the moon alone, you would probably think he was the loneliest creature in the universe. You'd be surprised, however, to learn that Bletchk isn't lonely at all. He's never heard of either birth or death. He's never known what it's like to have friends or a family. He's never heard a joke, read a book, listened to music, watched TV, or had a conversation. Bletchk has never interacted with anyone in any way. So Bletchk is perfectly content to sleep alone in his comfortable cave with his massive collection of moon rocks, which he has set aside so they can age to perfection. One day, Bletchk was out rummaging for rocks like usual, when he smelled something different. It smelled like moon rocks, only better somehow. He wondered what could make moon rocks smell so divine. So Bletchk began to follow the strange smell. He slithered along for hours as the scent grew stronger and stronger. He had never traveled so far from his cave before. There was no need. After all, moon rocks were plentiful. Finally, hours after he should have been asleep, Bletchk came upon the source of the strange smell. It was a cave, amazingly similar to his own. He was terrified, but there was no resisting that alluring aroma. So very cautiously he began to enter the cave, and what he found inside was more shocking than anything he had ever seen. A creature that looked like him, only better somehow, sitting next to a neatly stacked pile of moon rocks. It was obvious that this particular pile was responsible for the delicious odor, and confined within the small cave, the smell became far more intense and far more irresistible. Bletchk turned his attention back to the strange creature that looked like him. He had never introduced himself to anyone, and in fact had forgotten his name entirely. So he thought very hard for a moment.
Bletchk. Socks.
Zox scooped a loose rock off the ground and held it up to Bletchk's face, tempting him. She then proceeded to cover it in a strange substance secreting from the tip of her tail. The aroma was overwhelming. Bletchk had discovered what could make moon rocks smell so divine, and seeing this freshly oiled stone caused a sensory overload. He shoved his hostess out of the way and began to gorge himself shamefully. So as Bletch lay unconscious, Zox inserted her tail into his and began to extract his gamete. Bletch awoke to the sound of his throbbing head. He felt nauseous, and the tip of his tail was sore. He got up to leave and found Zox waiting for him at the entrance of the cave.
Black. Zox.
Bletch. Zox.
Zox.
Zox. Zox. Zox. Yay! Bletch.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we have time for right now. I hope you can continue the story with us next time, because let me assure you, things are just beginning to heat up. So until then, be safe and be happy. Goodbye.